Now we got to go to Lou Dobbs. If you really want to ask the question of why did he say this? He was talking about Howard Dean on air, and he decided that he was not only going to call him a vampire, but make some violent allusions, which of course he shouldn't have done. Let's listen in first before we get to the apology part. Well, the non-apology apology, of course. Here we go.
And one of those liberals who helped advance the idea of liberal fascism is none other, of course, than Dr. Howard Dean. I thought we had gotten rid of this left-wing pest for a while, but I guess he's resurgent. He's a blood-sucking leftist. I mean, you got to put a stake through his heart to stop this guy. So you got to give him credit for resilience, right? Even if he is a lefty. He's back. He's talking about health care and the public option. By the way, are you like me? Do you miss the neocons? I wish we had some neocons to kick around, because the lefties are making it's just too easy right now. We need where is one of those good neocons? All right, right now, this is a Rumsfeld. He was. I think that would be a neocon. I don't know what the heck you would call him. Let's not call him. I don't even want to think about Rumsfeld.
All right, so he throws out the neocon thing there to make it seem like, oh, he's so balanced, he's in the middle. He's against the neocons. And these crazy lefties that make it so easy to criticize them. Really? So how did you criticize them, other than calling him a vampire and saying you're going to drive a stake through his heart? Look, under normal circumstances, I understand what he's saying. I don't think Lou Dobbs is actually going to go and try to physically harm Howard Dean, right? But these are not normal circumstances, man. People are all riled up, and they're getting more and more riled up, and then there are the guns and the screaming and the shouting, and then you say Howard Dean's part of the problem, and he's one of these extreme lefties, and the way to kill him is to drive a stake through his heart. You're on the air, man. It's not a good idea. It just isn't. So then he comes out with an incredibly weak sauce. Well, I don't even know if you can call it an apology. Here, I'll give you the quote. This is what Lou Dobbs said. "I'm sorry if a Bram Stoker allusion is too literary for some. And for those who could not make what was seemingly an obvious connection, my deepest apologies, and I'll gladly withdraw the latter part of my remark." I'm sorry if you were too stupid to understand it. No, the problem, Lou, is that we did understand it. Like, yeah, we get the vampire reference. It's not like we thought you were going to drive a stake through his heart for no damn reason because you called him a vampire earlier. That's not the problem, Lou. The problem is that you're calling him a vampire and talking about how you put him away. Man, it adds to the climate of hate and fear and, possible violence. It's just such a terrible idea, and I can't believe that he can't see it's a terrible idea. And if you had any illusions about Lou Dobbs being in the middle or an independent, etc., I should do it for you. I mean, it does it for me, as if I needed it to be reconfirmed, but it is. Because Howard Dean is some sort of loony lefty? I don't know, man. I guess we live in different bubbles. I listen to Dr. Dean, and I'm telling you, if he said something silly, and in my opinion, and I get heat for this, but I think Kucinich has said plenty of silly things. Now, he's a guy who speaks forcefully on things that we need him to speak on from time to time. So there's a role and a place for Kucinich, and I'm glad to have him around in our democracy. But from time to time, you shake your head and you go, geez and Lord mercy, why'd you say that, right? But I never see Howard Dean say that. Can anybody point to something Howard Dean has said that was crazy or loony? In fact, if you look back at what Howard Dean has said in the past, it's only turned out to be 100% correct. When he says something loony like, hey, don't go to Iraq, it's a bad idea. Yeah. Wow, he's so crazy, Howard Dean. I mean, I've done this before. I can go, case after case on how many times he's been proven right. And please spare me with the loony left vampire talk. What the hell's that? Have you seen all the TYT videos from today? Check out the Young Turks YouTube channel. Do it already.